Look at another opening trap. This one's in the Sicilian Defense, the Najdorf variation with the Fisher attack, bishop c4. So Sicilian, I play the Najdorf, the open variation, attacks the e-pawn, you guard it with the other knight. And now here's the Najdorf. And then, of course, bishop c4, Bobby Fischer's favorite move. Typically, there's many variations, of course. I'm just going to get to the idea of the trap. It plays e6. In the past, bishop b3 was thought to be best to avoid knight e4, knight e4, d5. However, after castles, if knight e4, knight e4, d5, bishop g5 is very strong. And so black doesn't do that anymore. They typically play play b5, bishop b3. Playing b4 followed by knight e4 is extremely dangerous. So black's just going to get out of the center. f4, castles, e5, take, knight d7. And now bishop e3 is an interesting pawn sacrifice. And so now knight h5. There's many variations here, but I'm just going to show you the trap line, which is knight c4, bishop takes, pawn takes. And many years ago, I think it was around 1981, it was considered that here queen f3 was a losing move because you're going to trap white's queen with queen c7, queen a8, bishop b7, queen a7, bishop c5, and now the queen's trap. But I had looked at this position with my trainer at the time and asked the question, why can't I play knight takes e6? It's a very complicated move, and it suddenly turns the tables on black. Even though your queen's trapped, you're attacking his queen. Obviously, if he takes on e3, you just take back with the queen. You're threatening to take on c5. So he has to do something here. He has to take the queen. But now you take on c7, takes check, king h1. Now you're left with the exchange up in the ending. Now if he tries to play tricky, I don't know if I can back up here, in this position. So after knight e6, if he goes, oh no, here's the trap, I'm going to play queen c6. Now I'm still threatening your queen on a7, I'm threatening checkmate on g2 with my bishop and queen. Then comes knight d5. Quite a nice move. If he takes the queen on a7, you have knight e7 check and taking the queen on c6. But he says, oh, that's no problem. I'm just going to take the knight on d5. But now you have knight f4. And now you're finally counterattacking the queen. You're going to get the queen out of trouble because it's attacking c5 twice. And you end up in an ending here where white has the better game. So that's the trap that I found around 1981, I believe it was. It allowed me to play this variation with, and no one ever played into this particular variation, but allowed me to play the queen f3 move with confidence thereafter. I did play that variation a few times.